Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm transplanting. So if you're wondering what's in the bag, this is what I'll be transplanting. There are white wands Veronica in here that I dug up out of another part of the garden, maybe not quite a week ago, but oftentimes, and I've done this for years, it's kind of an unconventional thing to do, but it works. So what I do is maybe I don't know where I want to put all my divisions. I just maybe don't have a space in the garden where I want it to go. So I divide them up and I put them in plastic shopping bags, keep them hydrated, and I can keep them that way for a couple days. I'm kind of pushing it because I think I'm on like day 6, I'm almost a week, and they still look really good, but I've been keeping them on the front porch out of direct sun. And I originally had 5 white wands Veronica. If you're not familiar, I'm a little out of breath. If you're not familiar with white wands, it's a great like late spring, early summer bloomer. It blooms right on time with the roses, so I love them with my drift roses. Blooms at exactly the same time, and if you deadhead them, they will send up a second flush, not as strong as the first flush, but they will rebloom. So I've had them in the other part of the garden for probably 4 years, and with perennials, they kind of peter out over time. And you'll notice, they may not flower as profusely, and they're trying to tell you it's time to divide. So originally had 5 plants, and I divided them, and I think I got like 14 plants out of those 5 plants. So I've brought some over into the side yard garden. So this space here has a soft serve Chemicus. So if you're not familiar with soft serve, it is a great conifer, hardy in zones 4 to 8. And it also is great for smaller spaces. So it only gets to be about 5 to 6 feet wide. It's got the most beautiful kind of a lighter green coloring on the top side of this ferny-like foliage. And then the underside has kind of flecks of silvery blue-green. It's just a really graceful, elegant conifer. So I have that here, and then the back side of it, I'm gonna do all the white wands Veronica. And then I'm also gonna put some white wands back where they were originally by the drift roses, because they bloom at the same time as roses, and it's a really nice, kind of almost a ground cover, because they don't get really big. They get to be about 15 inches tall and about as wide. So I'm gonna plant these guys a foot apart on center. I'm gonna eyeball it. I'm not gonna be too exact about it, but I'm just gonna use them to fill in this space here, which was originally, it was all poppies. I let the poppy seeds just drop everywhere, got the seed pods out of there, and now I'm just gonna fill this space with as many white wands as I can and make really nice use of all of these divisions that I've made. And with perennials in general, it's not just white wands Veronica, but it's really good to divide them. There's certain recommendations. Some need to be divided every 3 years, 4 years, whenever you do it. But they'll tell you when it's time. You'll notice that they're not looking as great as they used to look. It's time to divide. So I'm not delicate with them. I just get in there, send my shovel in, and make these divisions. And I'm gonna show you. So they've been in these bags for nearly a week. I've kept them watered out of sunlight, and they're looking pretty good. Nice and healthy, good sized root ball. And the plastic bag just keeps that moisture around them until you're able to get to planting them. So I've done this for years, and it works well. So I'm just gonna place these about a foot apart and then move on to the other part of the garden and get those in as well. And eventually this Chemicus, it's still so small, but eventually it's going to fill in and I'll have to move these guys. But it's a really great ground cover to fill in spaces. I could also do annuals here if I wanted to, but Veronica white wands is such a great plant, and I think it'll be really pretty here while I'm waiting for this guy to fill in. Okay, that looks right. So now the most important thing, we're in August, I've divided plants. So obviously I've shocked their systems, and it's hot and humid, and the most important thing is going to be water right now. So I'm gonna give these a drink in a moment, but I wanna show you another space where I'm planting them, and I wanna show you why they coordinate so well with roses. I'm taking you back to where I filmed a few videos ago when I put in the flowerful hydrangeas. And if you remember, if you watched that video, I had the white wands veronica just beyond that, so they got dug up. And I'm gonna bring them back into a close location, similar to where it was before, same lighting situation, but I'm gonna plant them here where you see this Artemisia silver lining. I'm not too fond of Artemisia in general. This one did okay. It looks terrible because it was transplanted, but I'm gonna dig it up again, poor thing, and I'm gonna do a pocket of the white wands veronica right here because it's gonna make a really nice progression from the grass into this area here into the roses, and they will bloom in unison. So this is a rose, if you're not familiar with drift roses and you're looking for a very low maintenance ground cover type rose, drift roses are worth a look, you guys. I absolutely love this rose. Super pollinator friendly, low maintenance, fragrant, disease free, and they start blooming late spring, early summer, about the same time as the white wands veronica. So I'm picturing this as, you know, just this beautiful combo of the white wands here and then the drift roses. And the beauty of the white wands is if you deadhead them, you'll get a second flush of flowers, and these will continue flowering as well. So when it comes to the drift roses, I fertilize them in late winter, give them a good trim back and let them go for it, and they have the most perfect shape. So they get to be about 1.5 feet tall and about 2.5 feet wide. So I think that that would be lovely with the white wands in front of it. So I'm gonna go grab some and start planting those as well. I'm finding lily of the valley pips still. I'm going to be finding them for a long time probably. So if you're going to plant lily of the valley, make sure you want lily of the valley because you will have it forever. Okay guys, that's that. I got 7 plants here and 7 plants in the other location. So that's 14 plants that I got from my 5 original plants. And I should have divided them probably last year would have been a good time, just never got around to it. But typically most perennials like to be divided every 3 to 4 years. So if you see your perennials looking like they're not flowering as well, or maybe just don't look as robust as they used to look, it's probably time to divide them and re-energize those roots and kind of loosen them up a little bit. And when you're dividing, don't be too worried about, you know, is one chunk bigger than the other? These were all different sizes. I don't care. They're going to fill in, they want to grow, they want to live, and they're going to be beautiful. So, and I think especially in unison with the drift roses here, it's going to be so pretty. We have fall planting season coming too, so I can't believe it. Also, before I get to that, water's your best friend. If you're going to transplant, and I'll do this all summer long, if you're going to divide and transplant, water is your best friend. Keep them watered just so that they can settle in. You know, you don't want to drown them, but get in there and every couple days give them a drink of water and make sure those roots are well saturated so they want to grow and they want to survive this heat. It's going to be so hot today again. We've got fall planting coming, so be on the lookout for the drift roses. I've had these roses for a number of years now. They are so easy, so low maintenance, pollinator friendly. You don't have to use any chemical on them to keep them healthy. Just a little bit of organic rose fertilizer in early spring or late winter, early spring, and then fertilize them again after that first flush of flowers. I do deadhead them to get the flowers coming again, and they will just keep going. Such a beautiful, beautiful rose. Easy. I love easy. All right, guys, that's it for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.